What's going on, my Jets family? I want to thank you guys for tuning in and being a part of the Take Flight Spit and Fire podcast. You got me, Harrison Glazer, like always excited to talk to you guys about them Jets. Now, as you noticed, I'm bringing this to you guys as a pre-recorded segment. I was thinking that with my clips, as you guys know, I love bringing you guys as many takes as I can on the Jets, all my opinions on the Jets, trying to bring you more content throughout the week. I was thinking I would do, these shorter segments throughout the week as pre-recorded clips, but I really still want you guys to be part of the conversation. So please, even though it's pre-recorded, take to the comments. Let me know what you're thinking, if you agree, if you disagree with what I'm saying. Maybe you have a different thought, you have a different idea. We'll chat it out. I'll hit you back up on there. So please, still be part of the conversation. But I'm thinking it'd be a good idea. I'm going to be bringing you guys stuff throughout the week, and I figure it'd be just like my show normally is. It'll be at 7 p.m. So Tuesday throughout the week, I'll be bringing you guys these short segments at 7 p.m. Please tune into my show. Please check them out. Hope you really enjoy them. And again, thank you guys for tuning in. In fact, those of you that are here, if you haven't, if you could please subscribe to the channel. If you haven't yet, that'd be much, much appreciated. So the topic of conversation we're going to be talking about today is actually Corey Davis. We're going to be talking about Corey Davis, and I wouldn't, again, use the word underappreciated because he didn't really, put together a great year last year. It left a lot to be wanted, but again, it's because he was hurt, right? We're going to talk about what that year could have been and what he looked like in that first year and, the potential he had. But we're going to talk about Corey Davis a little bit and his role in this offense and how he could have a bounce-back year and play really, really well. And then we're going to also talk about and transition that too. If he has a really good year, the Jets could have 3 1,000-yard wide receivers this year, at least potential, right? The Jets have 3 wide receivers on their roster with the potential to put up 1,000 yards, which is exciting, man. That's exciting. Like we're going to talk about, and I'm going to mention it in just a little bit. Joe Douglas has set us up for success, so that's exciting, man. But we're going to start by talking about Corey Davis, and I think Corey Davis, if you guys remember, was really, really huge with the Jet fans. We loved him when he signed him, and he kind of fell off a little bit. And I believe, as we've talked about, in the past on my show, and we've discussed, I think it's because, again, the mentality that we had when he came in. Right? We know what he did in college, and we're going to talk about that. We know the insanity numbers he put up in college, how he looked good with the Titans, especially in especially in 2020, the year right before he came to us. But I think the issue was, as you guys would agree, he came in and we were like, okay, we got our wide receiver one. Right? We're like, okay, we got our wide receiver one. This guy is going to be the wide receiver one we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for a while. Right? We're waiting for a long time since really, a while, honestly, without getting into it, a long time since we've had a wide receiver one. So we thought Corey could be that guy. And it didn't work out, right? It didn't work out. He wasn't the wide receiver one we hoped and prayed, thought he might be. And it led to a lot of animosity among Corey Davis, with Jet fans saying, oh, he didn't pan out to what we thought. But we look back at the money we gave him. He didn't get like a Devonta Adams contract, a Cooper Kupp. He didn't get a ridiculous contract. In fact, when you look at what he got compared to other wide receivers in the league, it's about modest for like a wide receiver too. And I think that was kind of the point. He came in and we were like, this is going to be our wide receiver one. And he wasn't. But the potential he had last year showed that he could be an 1,000-yard guy, and we're going to talk about that. But we mentioned the insanity Corey Davis did in college, and that's what excited so many people about him. That's what made Corey Davis the 5th overall pick back in 2017. Because what he did in college was insanity. Every college player dreams of doing what Corey Davis did in college. They grow up hoping they can get close to what he did. As you guys may or may not know, Corey Davis in his last 3 years in college had over 1,500 receiving yards, super high averages of 15 plus, over 12 touchdowns, had 19 touchdowns in 2016, to the point where he has the most receiving yards of any college player ever. That's, again, the point of like the dream. Right? We know what Corey Davis could be. He, again, had the most receiving yards of any college player ever. He put up 5,278 yards. Again, 1,500 basically in 3 consecutive seasons. Ridiculous. And then touchdown-wise, he has the second most ever. The second most touchdowns of any wide receiver ever in college football history with 52 touchdowns. Excuse me, guys. So again, just killing it, right? Just killing it across the board and led to him being drafted 5th overall. And he had his struggles in the NFL, but in 2020, almost had 1,000 yards, averaged over 15 yards a catch, got everyone excited, right? And that's what led us to believe this could be our wide receiver one, right? This could be our guy. So we brought him in, and obviously he wasn't that. But we do need to remember, and Joe Douglas said this in the offseason, right? Joe Douglas, Joe Douglas pointed out in the past offseason, before we had all the acquisitions, that Elijah Moore looked fantastic in his rookie year, and we're going to talk about that, but Corey Davis was on par for 1,000 yards. He ended the season with almost 500 yards, but he only played roughly a little over half the season, right? Only played roughly a little over half of it. And we saw he started the season off last year. First game, 97 yards, almost 20 average, 2 touchdowns, right? We were like, this is the guy. Like, this is what we've been waiting for. Next game doesn't do as well. Next game has 41 yards. Following game breaks 100 yards and has a touchdown. And then later on in the season has another 93-yard game. So Joe Douglas pointed out that if Corey Davis hadn't gotten hurt, had he kept up the trajectory he was on, he could have broken 1,000 yards. He would have had a year like he had in 2020, if not better. So, man, Corey Davis, again, I think it's, again, the mentality of we thought, like, this is going to be the guy. And he wasn't like, and he was a little bit. We saw that first week, he was unbelievable, right? And he had some quality weeks after that, but he got banged up. He got hurt. He wasn't playing fully. So Corey Davis has the potential to have a huge bounce back year. Again, like we said, last year, if he hadn't gotten banged up, he was on, like Joe Douglas said, on course for getting 1,000 yards. And Joe Douglas also mentioned what Elijah Moore is becoming, and that's the point of this. When Corey Davis came in, we kind of expected him to be everything, right? We hadn't gotten Elijah yet, right? We expected, like, this could be the guy to save us. But now we have Elijah Moore. This year we have Garrett Wilson, and that's the point. It's not all on Corey Davis. And the beauty of these 3 guys, which transitions to the next point, man, guys, this is a freaking wide receiver room. Like, this is an amazing wide receiver room. All 3 guys, Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson, and Corey Davis, not only all 3 of them have the potential to be 1,000-yard receivers in 2022, all 3 of them can line up anywhere. All 3 of them can go outside on either side or on the inside in the slot. They can literally be anywhere. They're interchangeable. And as we saw with a Mike LaFleur offense, he loves that, right? Give him as many moving pieces as you can. He'll confuse you. He'll get one of those guys open. So, man, these 3 guys, you can't stop them all, right? Elijah Moore, we talk about him now for a second. Elijah Moore had an amazing rookie year, right? Also banged up, and that's going to lead me into Garrett Wilson a little bit. Also banged up, but was targeted 77 times and only had 1 drop. Elijah Moore only had 1 drop last year. Drop percentage of just 1.3%. That was tied for 7th among all wide receivers and 2nd among rookie wide receivers. Man, Elijah Moore is primed to break out this year because he has another year under his belt, because he has more experience under his belt. But again, we saw what happened last year. He looked great, right? But it wasn't immediate. It took time. It took time for him to get the hang, right? The NFL, it's the NFL for a reason. It's another level. It took time for him to get to that point, right? To get to that level. He got better as the season went on, and he was banged up for a little bit, right? So, biting my tongue, totally biting my tongue and praying that doesn't happen. Right? Garrett Wilson is a much higher prospect than Elijah Moore. Garrett Wilson was the best wide receiver in this entire draft. I didn't feel that way, and I admit that, but I do love his potential, especially his catch ability, which we've talked about plenty before, how amazing his ability is, but most people add him as the best wide receiver on their board. He has unbelievable talent and unbelievable potential. So all 3 of those guys could be 1,000-yard receivers. But again, we come back to what we were just saying about Garrett Wilson again. Elijah Moore had a really good rookie year. But it wasn't fantastic. It was good, and he was banged up. So again, biting my tongue, praying, but Garrett Wilson could struggle in the beginning. It could take him some time to come on. God forbid, knock on wood. Again, rookies, not saying rookies do get banged up. We saw it last year with Elijah Moore. So having depth, having a lot of guys, right? We didn't even mention Mims. Mims has come back in better shape, right? Having depth matters if guys get banged up, right? But all 3 of these guys, Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson, again, catches on quick, stays healthy in that rookie year, and Corey Davis all have the potential to be 1,000-yard guys. And again, with Garrett and Elijah, it takes the pressure off Corey. Corey doesn't have to be the end-all, be-all, right? Corey could be in the slot or come in, not every down, let's say, but he could definitely have a really, really good year. So, man, we talk about Joe Douglas set Zach Wilson up for success. He gave Zach Wilson the tools that are needed. Quality offensive line, right? Quality receiving options, good tight ends now, and a quality backfield. He's set up. He's ready to go. Joe Douglas is giving him what he needs. And again, we talk about these three guys, the potential's through the roof. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, if you haven't, if you could please subscribe to the channel, be much appreciated. But for all the reasons we've mentioned, again, Corey Davis could have a big bounce back year this year, and all three of those guys could be potential 1,000-yard wide receivers. And like we mentioned, Garrett Wilson being a rookie could take a little while to come on. Well, Elijah Moore is in his second year, ready to break out, and Corey's a veteran. So you have that there. And like we said, even Mims, right? Mims is coming in, technically a veteran. So this is going to be interesting to see, but I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate you guys being here. I will see you guys, like I said, throughout the week. I'm going to bring you guys these pre-recorded segments. Hope you guys enjoy them. Again, please comment. Please let me know what you're thinking. Please subscribe. Thank you for being here. Have a great, great rest of your day. And remember, our time's coming, baby. Let's go, Jets!